Hey y'all, I'm Rhonda and you're watching A Taste of Country. Come on in the kitchen and let's make some brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Come on.
This is how you make me feel. This is how you make me feel. All good, all great, sunshine all day. This is how you make me feel. And I feel good.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. How you doing? How y'all doing? Let's make some chocolate chip cookies. All right. Did you survive the winter storm? The sun is shining, the wind is blowing like I don't know what. They just scraped our road. We probably got about 1.5 inches, something like that, of, well, it started off as sleet. And I think last night around 9:30 or 10, it ended in freezing rain. I'm not sure. I was not going to go back out there. But anyway, brown butter chocolate chip cookies. I got this recipe from Bon Appetit. Bon Appetit! And if you don't know what brown butter is, it's just where you put your butter on the stove in a little pot and you cook it until it melts, and it cooks all of the water out of the butter until it forms some milk solids. And it toasts those milk solids, and it makes it nutty and delicious and kind of, I don't know, it's not really like clarified butter, but I like clarified butter. You know, that's the butter that you dip your lobster in when you're eating lobster. Isn't that good? Okay, y'all, here we go. You got to have 2 sticks of butter. We're going to start off with that to begin with because we've got to get that going. Now, it says unsalted. I don't have any unsalted butter. I hardly ever buy it. I just don't think it has any flavor. That's just me. You know, y'all can do what y'all want to, but I don't like it. So you want to do it about on medium heat. And I got it started. And you want to, you know, have a little spoon to start with. Now, you don't want to walk away from it because you don't want to burn it. You don't want to burn your butter. But you can tell when it's ready, it'll start getting foamy looking. And when it starts getting foamy all over, then you pretty much got it licked. And the brown butter just gives these cookies a nuttier flavor and more richness. It's delightful. It's just delightful. I haven't made cookies in a while. The last cookies that I made, I made them from a little bag, you know, where you can get your muffin mix and your cookie mix. That's what I did. I'll be back. Now, the difference between brown butter and clarified butter. Brown butter is where we're toasting up the milk solids to form a nutty flavor. And we want it to be an amber color. And it's absolutely delicious. Clarified butter is absolutely delicious. And you skim off the butter fat with clarified butter to make it clear, clarified. It's not really clear, but it's not, you know, an amber color. And that, like I said a minute ago, that is the butter that you use when you're dipping your lobster or crab, whatever it is that you can eat with that clarified butter. And it smells so good. Now, I'm not going to add as much salt in my cookie recipe since this is salted butter. Oh, it's so delicious. Now I can see, I don't know if you can, the milk solids that is starting to form, you know, down at the bottom. And they're gonna start getting toasty looking. You can see it over there in the light. This light over here is not that great. It kind of looks like that to start with, and then it's going to start turning brown. See if I can get a different spoon so you can see it. All right, can you see that? There we go. Now that's starting to form those brown butter bits. Now this is 2 sticks of butter. That's 1 cup of butter, it's supposed to be. And it, like I said, it takes a few minutes. You gotta have a little patience. You know, stir it every now and then so it won't stick. It's gonna start turning really foamy here in a few minutes. You can see where it's starting to get foamy now. So it's getting ready to turn that corner here. And I got my stove like 4 and 5. I go back and forth. You know, if it's too high, just turn it down. All right, see how foamy it's gotten? Now you could take it to the next level if you wanted to, but she said in the recipe, she said, you know, don't overdo it. And see how foamy that is? That means it's ready. We can use that. And we've got to let this cool. And it smells so daggone good, y'all. Okay. Brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Now, like I said, if you wanted to brown this a little bit more, you can. But she said only do it till it's an amber color and till it starts getting real foamy. And you can see those solids on there, or in there. And that's ready. I don't know if I would want to go any darker, because I'd be afraid I'd burn it. Okay, now these are the other ingredients you gotta have. You gotta have your 2 sticks of butter, browned, unsalted or salted. And, okay, I'm gonna just show y'all. All right, here's my recipe. All right, your 2 sticks of butter, browned. You gotta have 2 room temperature eggs. I've already lightly beaten those. You have to have 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, pure vanilla extract. You gotta have 1/2, that's 1/3 of a cup. 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Now, if you don't have dark brown sugar, use what you have. Light brown sugar, I'm sure, will be fine. I'm absolutely sure. You got to have 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I've got just a tad of salt in there because my butter is salted. So I only use like 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And for chocolate chips, you got to have 1½ cups of chocolate chips, semi-sweet, and I'm using the Nestle Toll House. You can use what you have. It does not matter what kind you use. If you'd rather have milk chocolate, use milk chocolate. The recipe also says that if you want some toffee, like the Heath bar or toffee bits, you can use that. If you want nuts, you can put nuts in it. It's whatever you like. It's just a canvas of whatever you want to put in it. Okay, now let's get started. I want to make sure my butter's cooled off enough, and no, it's not. So what we'll do is we'll add the sugars, and we will put that butter in here, and that'll help get this sugar dissolved. How about that? I'm not a great big fan of dark brown sugar. Now, I like it in cookies, but I prefer the light brown, but the recipe says use dark brown sugar. And like I said, if you don't have it, light brown sugar would be fine. If you don't have that and you've got some molasses, you can absolutely put regular sugar and look up a recipe. I'm not sure what the ratio is, but you can make your own brown sugar with molasses and granulated sugar. Okay, now let's try this. There's our 2 sticks. Look at them solids. Now, I could have browned it a little bit more, like I said, but I'm doing what her recipe says. She says when it gets foamy, stop. So that's what I did. And I want to get all of that butter out of this pot, because that's liquid gold. Oh my, that's so good. So we definitely want this to cool off before we add our eggs, because we don't want scrambled eggs. Now my hands are clean, but I'm gonna rinse my finger off because I licked it. And I want to feel that. Now that's just barely warm now. So I think it would be safe to add my eggs. Hold your ears. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my eggs. Two room temperature eggs, large. Smells so good. Now you want to get this incorporated. And you can use your mixer, your stand mixer or your hand mixer, whichever one you want. I wish y'all could smell this. I'm gonna go ahead and add my vanilla. That's 2 teaspoons of vanilla or vanilla bean paste, whichever one you like. I thought I'd just use the regular vanilla today. And you want to stir this for about 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Just to, you know, get it incorporated really good and give it time for that sugar to dissolve some. Alrighty. I wouldn't say 5 minutes. I'd just say a couple of minutes, y'all. I'm exaggerating. Okay, there we go. That's good enough. Now, we're going to add our chocolate chips and our flour. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of flour at a time. And I will put the recipe in the description box. Sometimes it takes me a little bit because my Wi-Fi is a little slow, and if I'm putting in the recipe at the same time, it takes longer for some reason. So I go ahead and download it, and then I go back and put my recipe in, and then I don't have to wait. All right. I probably could have got my mixer out and used it. Oven 350. Now, she didn't say anything about chilling these, I don't think. She may have. I didn't read all of it. But you can chill the dough. And I may bake a few and chill some of the dough. I like to do that. And then we're going to add our baking soda. I should have done that earlier, but it's okay. And I'm not sure how many cookies this makes. I can go back and look and put that in the description box also. And your hands will get tired. I love cookies and I love brownies. I think that's probably my favorite dessert. So this doesn't look like it's gonna make a heck of a lot of cookies. But it's gonna make enough. Just depends on how big you make them, I guess. Now she said that this batter will look kind of runny or loose, and she's right. She said if you let it sit for just a minute, it'll start getting thicker, and she is absolutely right. It's getting thicker. That's weird, but that's what she said. And I think I may chill this for just a little bit before I bake them off. That is good. Yes, I know it's got raw eggs in it. I just tasted it. All right. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator for about 10, 15 minutes. And then I'll bake off some. And I think it's gonna be scrumptious, scrumptious. I love a good cookie. I've never had those cookies that everybody's talking about. You know, the big cookies. I can't even remember the name of them. Crunch or something. What is it, y'all? Y'all, you can really taste that butter. Oh, it's so yummy. That's gonna be a daggone good cookie right here. All right, I'll be back, y'all. I wanna go ahead and bake off just a couple. I wanna see how much they're gonna spread. I don't wanna make them too big, maybe half the size of this scoop. I washed my hands again. And you can double this recipe. I might have to make some more of these. And the Heath topping, or the Heath bars would be great in it. All right, let's bake these off and see how they do. Stick these back in the fridge for a little bit. And for dinner, I'm gonna reheat that stew meat, you know, that roast. I'll get it right in a minute. And I'm gonna make some biscuits. Randy wants regular biscuits. I want some cheese biscuits, cheese garlic biscuits. So I'm gonna make a recipe if I got enough buttermilk. And I'm gonna make half garlic cheese and half regular. I'm gonna pop these in the oven for 9 to 11 minutes, 350. And I'm totally out of Crisco. That's what I use in my biscuits. So I'm gonna have to use butter. So the cookies look like they're spreading. So you wanna chill the dough. Probably at least an hour. Now when I bake cookies, I take my pan and I'll pick it up and I'll just bang it one time. And that kind of gives you that crinkly look to your cookies. Oh, they're beautiful and they smell so lovely. Now I cooked them 11 minutes. You don't want to overcook them because when they cool, you want them to be gooey. You know what I'm saying? I wish y'all could smell these. They are lovely. Ah, lovely, lovely. Y'all, oh my word, these are wonderful. The texture is wonderful. It's a little bit crispy, but chewy. It's no wonder it was in Bon Appetit. Milk chocolate would be good in it too. And see where I pounded the pan? You get them little ridges. So just take your pan and go boom one time. Knock the air out of it. Y'all, a scale from 1 to 10, 11. These are wonderful. Love them. I'll put the recipe in the description box. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. The texture's, oh. I'm gonna give Randy one, see if he'll eat it. Y'all take a bite. The brown butter. You can't eat just one. You can't. I'm gonna make this again. I like these a lot. They're almost fudgy too. Okay. I'll be back. We'll make some biscuits. With butter. More butter. I'm about to run out of butter. See y'all in a bit. Love y'all. Randy gobbled that cookie up. I said, we need a glass of milk. But I used a half a scoop. I didn't use the entire scoop. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20 cookies. If you use a half a scoop of, the regular ice cream scooper. And I'm gonna stick these in there. I'll let them chill a little bit. But they pretty big cookies for a half a scoop. I mean, And next time I make them, I'm gonna let the butter get a little darker. Okay, they're done. Look at those. Oh, they're singing to you. Oh. And like I said, I used a half of an ice cream scoop. If you use a whole scoop, they're gonna be gigantumongous cookies. Gigantumongous. And I think you will love these cookies. I do. I think you're gonna love them. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I am trying to reach 1,000. I got a little over 300 to go. And if you were here, I would let you have some milky cookies. I would. Alrighty, let's start some supper. And I'm gonna try to do this in 2 videos. See y'all later.